How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Muv-Luv Monday. Real quick, I'm probably gonna say this a lot this week, but I just want to give a heads up. So, it was confirmed that I and everyone in my house caught COVID recently, and that was not fun to go through, I'll tell you. The thing that sucked about it most, though, is that I'm suffering from long COVID, or what they're calling long COVID. It's a secondary condition that sometimes people suffer through when they have it. COVID itself was rough, but it wasn't nearly as bad as other people had. I'm guessing I had a variant because it could have been a lot worse. I think I got a smoother version of it, but it's the after effects that have actually hit me hardest. So I'm currently suffering from fatigue and nausea. Mostly the fatigue all the time, and the nausea if I'm ever in a vehicle. So driving is actually really sick-inducing. So yeah, that's not fun. That makes it difficult to get places like work and all that. And the other thing is the exhaustion. Like, I often find that I'm just sleepy and sleeping all the time. Like, I think I clocked at 14 to 16 hours of sleep averagely for the past week, like every day. And it also attacks me randomly, almost like narcolepsy in a way. Like, not so much like I fall asleep without intending to, but like I will be doing stuff and then immediately suddenly feel so drained that I just have to stop and sit down or lie down, and then I usually end up falling asleep if I don't have anything like directly interfering with my life at the time. So it's gotten really rough, and the sad thing is that no matter how much I feel like asleep, I feel like it doesn't mean anything. Even right now, like, I should be trying to sleep now, but I really want to record, and so I'm gonna make it happen, even if it's a shorter episode. Whatever, I'm just gonna shoot for it. I'm gonna try and get back on content this week, so we'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, I was doing some research about this, and apparently some people have been experiencing these long, like after COVID, like, symptoms for up to months, and I don't know if I can do that. That's gonna suck. So I'm just gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna be talking to my doctors this week and see if there's anything that I can do besides just wait it out. I'm pretty sure that's all I can do, but I'm going to try. Anyway, that's just a brief summary of what's been going on, why I haven't been posting, and why this week could be very spotty. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to make the time to do this properly. I don't know how this is all going to turn out, but I'm going to do the best I can. So yeah, here we are. We're back in Muv-Luv. It's funny because this is technically the second episode of episode 2, but I'm just stringing them all together because we've got them all right now. I don't want to break it up into a fractured bunch of series, so we're just going to do them back to back. So, we're kind of back. Empress Yui's here, and we're going to be having a chance to meet up with her. It looks like we're going to be doing a lot of like reflection with Hibiki, but it's also like kind of implied at the very beginning that this storyline might be a lot more about human versus human, aka the U.S.-Canadian war. So technically it's U.S.-Japan, France-Canadian war. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how this all plays out. I'm sure it's gonna be just great and dandy. And I kind of came to a realization. Remember the girl who we played and followed the story of in the like episode 0, like the kind of the prelude to all of this? Well, she was technically a U.S. Marine. So maybe she'll come into play in this point because like we might end up interacting with her on the battlefield, but I don't know. Anyway, let's get started and jump in, and because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go for, so let's just do this while I got the energy. So let's just start. Hey there.
お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした。
本当だよ。
I know, right?
お疲れ様でした。インタビューはいかがでした？ちゃんと撮影前に鏡でネクタイ確認していただけましたか？
したよ。髪も直したし、顎も引いた。
それならよかったです。少しでもよく映った方がいいですもんね。
まあ、にしても肩凝ったぜ。
ふふん、人気者ですから仕方ないですわね。ほんとそうですよね。私も未だによその整備班から色々聞かれますもん。
Great.
大陸横断の奇跡を成し遂げ、群がるベータ軍を一網打尽にした英雄様はどんな人なのかって。
Oh no. Wait, really?
へえ。で、なんて答えてるの？はい。 メンテナンス直後の戦術機の右腕をぶっ壊してくるとってもいい兵士だって答えてますあらら、その話出どころはやっぱりここだったか。
This is interesting. Look at this, like it's so weird, but like it's like look at this interesting like the sprite angles here for Miyono and Suzuku. I know I'm butchering that name. I'm guessing it's alright, but like it's weird. They're like slightly angled and they have slightly different poses. It's like I wonder if for each episode they try to make sure to add new content because it's really easy to keep using the same assets over and over again. So I wonder if, because like that's definitely like a different pose for both of them.
げまだ根に持ってやがるのか。
はい、忘れませんから
You're so cheerful as you say that.
まったくもうあんまりいじめないでよ。そのおかげで生き残れたんだから。
そうですよ。立浪ついがいなかったら今頃シアトルは大変なことになってますよ。
わかってますって。ちょっと嫌味を言っただけですよ。
Sergeant Kusamoto seems to be doing much better these days. The upper brass is really putting the screws to her, which is hardly surprising since she helped hide the S-11. Still, she should be off the hook now. Major Noguchi took the fall by herself. Oh, I wonder if that's why Marimo slept with her TSF. It wasn't necessarily because she, like, was having trouble sleeping, but maybe she was really, really paranoid about someone, like, sneaking in and discovering the S-11's existence.
整備班としてはちょこっと言いたくなるシチュエーションでしたし。
Since the MPs couldn't get Kusamoto to confess she was in cahoots with the Major, they simply determined she was being deceived. On the surface, it looks like Sergeant Kusamoto is pushing all the blame on Major Jaguji, except I know that can't be the case. The good sergeant was loyal to a fault. If I was a betting man, I'd say they planned this together somehow.
あ、ちなみに反省はしても後悔はしてません。
Uh-huh.
てめえ
嘘ですよ、もう言いませんって。旧国の英雄立浪注意に不敬な言動はできませんから。
たく
Can't stand that darn title, but I'll let it go. No need to sour the mood. The Major's not with us anymore. And the Sergeant's doing her best to get back to the usual peppy self. Time to follow suit. Quick, think of a witty comeback.
おべたたえたまえ
He's channeling his own inner Okabe intro.
どうしたんでしょうか突然。
まったく響はすぐ調子に乗るんだから。雫はこんな大人になっちゃダメよ。けどなんか時代劇でやっつけられる悪人の笑い方になってませんか？
I wish I could do a good evil laugh.
知ってます。うわははは。良いではないか、良いではないか。ですよね。
I like Miyoto's evil laugh. That was the best.
しずくちゃん、それ違うから。10位？極端すぎますよ。
まあでも実際すごいわよね。まさかこんな展開が待ってるとは思わなかったわ。取材まだ続くんでしょ？
明日は午前中にシアトルトリビューンの取材が入ってます。それと慰問要請が5カ所から入っていると管理局から連絡がありました。
Oh no, no.
げまた増えてんのかよ。
すごい、芸能人みたいです。文句言わないでください。これも重要な任務ですから。
カメラのフラッシュ浴びながら型通りのコメントを返すだけの簡単なお仕事じゃない。それでも手配されるんだから羨ましいわね。
You know what? Yeah, sure, it's got perks, but it's also annoying.
おいおい、茶化すなよ。だいたい好きでもてはやされてるんじゃねえよ。だって
いいのよ、響。
そう
いいの、それ
だな。
That's my cue to drop it. Everyone's trying to act cheerful, especially Sergeant Kusamoto, and my self-pity is turning the atmosphere to ice.
それにしてもさすがはゆずか。響の予定を全部把握してるなんて見上げた世話女房。
She's like, dangerous words!
じゃなくてマネージャーっぷりよね。最初はどうかと思ったけどここまで引っ張りだこじゃそれで正解よ。 でもあれですよね。正直なところ立浪注意がもう少し2枚目だったらもっととんでもないことになってたと思うんですよ。
You know, that's really hitting low.
どういう意味ですか？
これで美形で背が高かったら大変なことですよ。きっとシアトル中の女の子が大騒ぎでただじゃ済まないですよ。
Swimming in admirers.
きっとそうです。そうなります。大変なことになっちゃいますよ。どうしましょう。
Fun-sized.
おいこら、さらっとひでえこと言うんじゃねえよ。
Mionel's a kid, so I can let it slide, but Sergeant Asswipe here couldn't be more diplomatic about it. Dang it.
ねえゆずか、そうなったらどうする？
どうするって言われても現実はそうじゃないわけですし。
I know that's her inner security speaking, but ouch. Ugh.
お前ら
照れない照れない。だからゆずかは面倒なマネージャー役を買って出たのよね。なるほど。悪い虫はつく前に駆除しなきゃいけませんしね。
Look at her face. Look at Yuzuka's face. That might be one of my favorite like facial expressions I've seen.
違います。だいたいつく前に駆除って日本語おかしいし、私は獣医と四六時中一緒にいるわけじゃないのか
I don't
ら、
know.
そういうことじゃないのは明白だし。
I don't know. You were quick with the axe last time.
はいはい、そんなに真に受けないの。
おおお、羨ましいぜ。よ、有名人。
Mm-hmm.
で、松風注意。
Oh, that was playing the combat music.
と、
Roundhouse! What was that for?
松風注意。
What was that for?
なんだ、いきなり何が起きた？
おお松風、どうした立ちくらみか？気をつけろよ。鉄分足りてねえんじゃねえの？
ちげえよ、お前がいきなり蹴りくれたんだよ。
バレてよ。
その不意打ちはさすがにどうかと。ひどいことするわね響。
思いっきり八つ当たりですよね。
Heck yeah, sweet catharsis.
ま、面白かったのでいいですけど。ええ、ほんと。
あのな、まあいいか。みんな元気そうで非常に結構ってな。
失礼しました。
Aww, we all know.
なんだよ、おい、寂しいな。しずくちゃん、俺たち一緒に戦った仲じゃないか。
松風注意無理ですよ。あることないこといっぱい吹き込んでおきましたから。
Oh.
何？どうりで最近みんなが冷たいと思ったら。
He's like, oh, are you serious?
私が吹き込んだのはミオの勝利だけですけど。
え？
他の人が冷たいのは普段の行いのせいじゃないでしょうか。
Oh.
言うじゃない。
I mean, Matsukaze, you practically earned it already. Someday, someone's gonna ask this guy to take a seat over there. Oh my gosh, is that a freaking... Oh my gosh, it's Chris Hansen, right? Like the To Catch a Predator.
Oh, right there. Please have a seat.
Take a seat. I think freaking, that's hilarious. But also, I think calling him out to be a pedo, that's kind of freaking creepy.
ところで注意、何かご用があったのでは？
うん？おお、そうだ。立浪に会いに来たんだよ。
Uh-oh.
ちょっといいか？
なんだ？
What? Yeah, what's up?
今晩抜け出せるか？飲み行こうぜ。久しぶりによ。
Oh, he wants to go have a bro night, huh? I don't like you. I mean, you did okay in the last fight, but I still don't like you. Huh? Now that you mentioned it, it has been a while since we last went drinking.
ああ、まあいいけど大丈夫か？兵隊はあんま好かれてないんだろ。喧嘩沙汰は嫌だぜ。
大丈夫だ。心配すんな。 支払いの確実な俺たちを歓迎する店もあんだよ。どうする？
Gotcha.
了解だ。門限までには帰れるんだろうな。
は？今さら何よ。門限なんて合ってない状態じゃねえか。基地内宿舎でもあるまし。
He has to. He's like a squad
ま
leader.
さかお前、
Aren't
今
you?
まで守ってたのか？
Aren't you a squad leader?
いやまあ時々はあれしてたけど、ほら、最近は俺、いろいろ注目されてるしさ。
I'm glad he's a good man. He's figured it out. He knows that like people watch, they pay attention, and now everything he does is gonna be scrutinized.
それだよ。それが欲しかったんだ。
ん？何のことだ？それ？どれ？
いや、こっちの話。よし、話は決まりだ。今夜は特段飲み明かそう。いやー、楽しみだな。
Matsukaze wants you as his wingman because everyone's gonna be like, you know that Hibiki guy? He's like, oh yeah.
お前人の話聞いてたか？
なになに？どうしたのお二人さん。悪巧みの相談中？
ははは。何をおっしゃるお嬢さん。今日の取材の具合を尋ねていたところだよ。なあ。
What? No, there's no point in hiding this from Ellen.
いや、俺たちは飲み。
松風チェック。おっと、どうした辰波。立ちくらみか？気をつけろよ。
Can't even get mad. Can't even get mad at that.
お前。
いけないな。鉄分が足りていないようだね。釘でも舐めた方がいいんじゃないか？内緒にしといた方が好都合だろうが。あいつらだぜ。
Right. Of course.
一切了解した。そう、その通りだ。
Look at those
俺たち
faces.
は今日の取材のことについて話し合っていたんだよ。
どうかね、立浪注意。いわゆるマクロ経済における帝国軍の果たす役割というのはだね、僕は小さくないと思うんだがね。
Oh my gosh.
そこに目をつけるとは、松風注意もお目が高い。我々帝国軍の責任は重大ですな。
一体何を話していたんだか。
He's a worse liar than anybody. Just another memory.
火が通ったみたいです。
よし、回してくれ。
また虫かよ。冗談じゃねえ。
Asaki. I know we saw her in the last part in like flashbacks, but she actually looks oddly familiar. She isn't from like the short video that was like the test run of the typhoons in Italy, like that short story.
ちゃんとクソ抜きはしたんだろうな。
捕まえてから飯盒の中で丸一日放置しましたので、立浪注意もご自分の分を。
Oh, she sounds so dead inside. What's that? Uh-oh. Are they all being sick? That's not good.
大丈夫ですか？
食いたくない奴のことは放っておけ。死にたい奴は食わなくてもいい。いいか、よく聞け。この幼虫は良質なタンパク補給源なんだぞ。炙って寄生虫も殺している。
Right. Oh, lovely.
味は保証できんが、確実にカロリーは摂取できる。しっかり噛んで消化するんだ。それが生きるための手段だ。
I mean, he's got a point. In emergencies, like, bugs are probably one of the best things you could be eating.
これは俺たちが自分で選んだ生き様の延長線上にある。辛いだろうが、それを忘れるな。生きるためにこの瞬間があるんだ。
We must all become monsters in order to survive.
こんな時までお得意の自己決断かよ。
生き延びるためなら何度でも思い出させてやる。
わかりました。
隊長、まだ森の中を行くんですか？そろそろ街道に出てもいいでしょ？これじゃいつまで経っても到着しませんよ。
ここはまだフランス・カナダの勢力圏内だ。街道を行くのはせめてアメリカ領に入ってからだ。危険すぎる。
Right.
ここが敵地であることを理解しろ。我々は見つかるわけにはいかないんだ。
山の中を何千キロ歩けばいいんだよ。
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're in the Rockies right now.
もう何日這いずり回ってると思ってんだ。体力だって限界だ。このままじゃみんな死んじまうよ。
Well, what other option do you have? Just sitting down and dying?
都合の悪いことはたんまりかよ。私はこのまま森の中でのたれ死にするのはごめんだよ。街道行こう。車を手に入れればなんとかなるさ。だから
車両を使って逃亡などできるはずがない。いいか、敵が我々を探しているのは間違いないんだ。我々は廃山兵だ。捕虜の保護など考えられていると思うのか？捕まったら見せしめになるだけだ。殺されたくなかったら私の言うことを聞け。ここは頑張りどころだ。
No, why do I still get the feeling this all goes Donner Party really soon?
止まれ。見ろ、廃屋だ。
あれ、山小屋ですかね。保存食があるかもしれませんね。
万が一人がいた場合、通報されるかもしれません。接触は避けた方が。
通報？こんな山の中でどこに通報するって言うんだい？
銃を使うつもりなのですか？
当たり前だろ。こんな場所に人が残ってるって言うなら武装くらいしてるに決まってる。
She's not wrong, especially if they're freaking in the Rockies.
強化装備を着てるこっちの方が有利なんだ。まず間違いなく勝てる。
だからって接触は避ければいいんです。隊長、何か言ってください。
全員武装を確認しろ。
隊長。
仙道、これは生きるために必要な選択なのさ。なあ隊長。
むやみに撃つつもりはない。あくまでも自衛のためだ。
Oh, those are the same words he used in the first story. Ooh, no wonder she had a response to that.
立浪、浅木は左翼から。寺本と仙道は右翼からだ。正面は私が行く。いいな。くれぐれも誰かがいてもむやみに撃つなよ。あくまでも最低限の食料を融通してもらうだけだ。作戦を開始する。
了解。行くぞ、立浪。
Asagi seems like bloodthirsty. Oh boy. It looks like this place went Donner Party already.
こいつら狂ってやがる。
これも人間の業だ。
狂ってるんだよ。あんたも私もこいつらも。死んじまえ。
浅木、これも生き延びるための現実だ。
Oh boy. It really is gonna go Donner Party here, isn't it? If you don't know, I keep referencing it. The Donner Party is a famous reference in American history of a band I believe it was Oregon Trail Travelers. They were heading through the Rocky Mountains when an early snowstorm came in. Like, really unseasonal and really, really bad. And it effectively snowed them in. They were like stuck in a mountain pass. They could not get down. The wagons couldn't move. They were stuck, and they ended up being stuck all winter. The whole Oregon Trail was like a 5-6 month trek, but the Rocky Mountains, the hardest part of the journey was at the very end. So people crossing the Rockies it was a race to get through the Rockies before the snows came, because once you got to that point, your supplies would be really, really low. So they had pretty much weeks of rations left at this point. Then they got snowed in for 3 months. And first, they slaughtered their oxen and ate those. And then they slowly started to starve and freeze to death. And in order to survive, every time someone died, they carved them up and used them as rations. And then eventually, it's believed that the few survivors went mad and started just killing each other, and then there was none left. And the US military found their ramshackle cabin and piles of human bones, many of which had gnaw marks on them. And it was like that, and like I think a journal they found that told us exactly how things happened. And so yeah, I keep saying, referencing Donner Party, because I was like, are they gonna go super south? But yeah, they found this cabin, and now Asagi is acting super crazy. So I'm really kind of free. I think I see why Hibiki doesn't like. He represses these memories. We must all become monsters in order to survive. That's how the world works nowadays.
まともな人間では生きていけないんだよ。まともじゃ。とっくの昔に。まともな世界なんか。
Oh, fetch!
なんだ
寺本この大丈夫か寺本
ちくしょうてめえこの野郎
やめてください、もう死んでます、お願いですから。
くそまだ他にいるかもしれない。
浅木立浪は周辺紹介、先導は寺本の治療を。
見つけたらぶっ殺してやるよ。行くよ。
待て、あれを見ろ。
なんだって言うんだい。そんな囲まれてるだと。
Oh my god.
いつの間に。
至急ここから離脱する。
寺本少尉がまだ動かせません。
Oh no.
なんだって。
全員残弾の確認をしろ。向こうが仕掛けてくるならやり返すだけだ。
7、8、10人以上はいる。くそ全員猟銃か何かを持って武装してる。
立浪お前も撃つんだ。やらなければやられるだけだ。殺せ立浪、殺すんだ。
立浪注意。
生き残るために殺せ。
Oh. Oh, my head's pounding. What the heck's going on? I better get the door. Yuzuko will be banging on it all day. With an axe. Yep, there she is! Oh! 3 centimeters. I was 3 centimeters from having my block knocked off.
今日は風も爽やかでいい朝ですね。
That's a terrifying image of her holding the axe in swing.
爽やかな風じゃねえよ。目の前で死の嵐が渦巻いてたよ。
すみません、ついうっかり。
ついうっかりで人のド頭を切り裂くつもりかお前は。すっかり目が覚めちまったよ。すげえ目覚まし効果だよ。
I almost saw the fetching light!
すみません。その、注意の悲鳴が聞こえてきたものですから。
そっか。すまなかったな。心配かけた。悪いな。
いえ、私が浅はかだったのは間違いないですから。
それは確かにそうだ。
That face again! Why is it so cute?
まあ、なんつうか。ありがとうな。
また、うなされていましたね。注意。
大丈夫だ。気にすんな。二日酔いのせいだよ。昨日は飲みすぎた。シャワー浴びてくる。先に食堂行っててくれ。
Hmm.
おはようございます。
おはようございます。夕べはかなり酔ってたみたいね。
もう、ちょっとな。
Crap, the smell of all this food is making my stomach churn. Oh, I've been there, dude. I'm doing that now. Guess all that adrenaline from my brush with death this morning is wearing off, and now I'm crashing.
松風注意とこそこそ話していたのはこれだったんですよね。隠さなくったっていいのに。
I'm not. Smug Smile says otherwise.
いや
ま、どうせなら思いっきりハメを外すっていうの私は嫌いじゃないけど、あそこまでなるなんてね。
Okay. I was thinking it before, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. Remember I said that some of the like art has been like altered a bit? And like they have different poses. Ellen's displaying a new pose right now. Am I crazy? Or does she look bigger than the last game? Like she was always well endowed, but she's looking like really, really well endowed now. And maybe that's just a bad perspective on my part or what. I just don't know. It just seems almost like ridiculous. Am I crazy? I'm probably just crazy here. Maybe it's just the pose is just highlighting things a bit better, but it's still, it's just like, okay, huh.
ご迷惑をおかけしました。
俺なんかした？
Oh no. Come to think of it, how did I get back from the bar? I'm drawing a total blank.
いつもと同じくらいのレベルで酔っ払ってました。
へえ、あれがいつものレベルなんだ。すごいわね。
Oh no, our squad had to come rescue us.
あら、そういえば響とお酒飲んだことなかったわね。
何があったんですか？
Yeah, Shizuku, what's up?
響ってばベロベロに酔っ払っちゃってね、すごかったわよ。俺が立浪だって大声で叫んでさ。
Oh no.
おまけに昨日は神宮寺少佐参加を松風注意と熱唱されてました。
Ode to Major Jinguji? I mean, I'm sure we all would love to sing that. But, oh.
嘘だろ。
作詞作曲立浪響松風良一。歌い手シアトル酒
The
場
Seattle
合唱
Dive Bar
団。
Choir
そう
Group.
です。
Oh no. Yep, I'm never living this down.
ヘレンちゃん、
Uh-oh.
なにしずく。
なんで起こしてくれなかったの？ずるいです。私も見たかったですよ。
I agree, Miona. They should have got you there too.
ああ、ごめんね。でも見ても楽しいもんでもなかったわよ。音痴だったし、あんなのうるさいだけよ。
Hey.
正直、すまなかった。
それはそれで見てみたかったです。立浪注意の酔っ払ったところ。今度は私にも絶対見せてください。
Sure, Miona.
別に見なくてもいいんじゃないかな。
乾いた笑いを浮かべている場合じゃありませんよ。少しは節度というものを持ってください。
It's true.
しかもこの
いやいや、昨日のは俺が原因じゃないから。
Oh, yeah.
悪いのは松風だか
He
ら。
put a bag over your head, tied your hands behind your back, and drug you to the bar, forced those drinks down your throat. Yeah.
あいつ、鼻から俺を出しにしようとしてたんだぜ。何かっていうと店で俺の名前を連呼してさ。
Oh, that's the whole point, you idiot.
ははそれで英雄立浪響の存在に気づいた客や店員がこぞっておごってくれるのを期待したわけね。
ああ、確かに効果てきめんだったぜ。おかげで飲んでも全然終わらせてくれなくてさ。
Oh, you fool. It must have been his plan all along, sly prick.
何杯飲んだか全く覚えてね
すごいです。やっぱり注意のことみんな英雄だと思ってるんですよ。うわ、それも見てみたかったです。まったく、そういう悪知恵を知られたくなくて昨日はこそこそしていたのかしら。
まさかそれだけならそんな必要ないじゃない。本当の狙いはお酒じゃなくてあれでしょ。
Oh, sure, sure. Oh, crap, she noticed?
何ですか？
ねえ響、可愛い女の子いっぱいすり寄ってきたんじゃないの？
Axe Yuzuka's gonna come back to us.
あら図星？
いやない。そういうのは全然ない。だって俺途中から全然記憶ないし。
She's going to kill you.
記憶がないんじゃ何もなかったかどうかわからないじゃない。
それはそうかもしれないけど。
I gotta turn this around somehow. The way things are going, I will lose their trust. I will no longer respect my authority as a flight leader.
ないです。絶対にない。
どうしてそう言い切れるのよ。
だってあんなにベロンベロンじゃ注意だって。
なるほど。気持ちはあってもあっちがダメだったと言いたいわけね。
Oh!
違います。何を言うんですか。
Yuzuka, I think you're just embarrassed, but you're all sounding like you checked.
あっちがダメだったって何がダメだったんですか？
Yes.
なんでもないのよ。エレン、しずくちゃんの前で何言い出すの？なんだろう。それに遅かったとはいえちゃんと帰宅してるわけですし、ないです。絶対ありえません。
Aw, she's so cute.
その辺にしてくれ。頭にガンガン響くんだよ。
ゆずか、うるさいってさ。
知りません。自業自得じゃないですか。
ま、そういうわけで注意。隊の結束と隊員の上層教育および精神衛生的にあんまりよろしくないので今後深酒は自重願います。
Amen.
まあ了解だ。
Anyway, so I can't believe I'm drawing so much attention. I mean, if people want to look up to me, that's their prerogative. I'll be happy to accept all the praise I can get. But how am I supposed to turn down all the free drinks I'm offered without seeming like a dick? It can't be done, man. It can't be done. Actually, it is. I believe there's a strategy to it. It's like, I don't remember where I saw this. I think it was like in a movie or something, or read it in a book. Oh, it was a book. Okay, it was Name of the Wind. Because the main character is like, tells this story about him being like a bard. Like he spent some of his free time playing music at bars, and people would buy him drinks. But the thing is, like, obviously he wouldn't be able to do good at performing if he got drunk all the time. So he had like an understanding with the barkeep, where like after a certain number of drinks where he's like, okay, I'm buzzed enough, I don't want to drink anymore, he had an arrangement for like a certain, like a drink name, like an actual drink that was made with a clear a liqueur, and he would, when he requested that drink to the bartender knew that he just wanted water, so it would allow people to like buy him drinks, but he wouldn't get any more drunk. And like with this pre-arrangement, like the money would be like part of it would be portioned to the bar, but the majority of it would just be given to him to support him in his career. So it's like a win-win all around. If people get to feel like they're still supporting him with getting him drinks, but like it not impacting his like ability to sing, he gets a large cut of what they are buying him, so he gets like a monetary benefit from it that he would normally be getting in the form of drinks, but he can't like resell them. And the bar gets a little tip there for handling the whole exchange. Like that would be the best way to do it. If it's going to be consistent, like just establishing that with a bartender could be a safe way to like be able to go out drinking and socializing without accidentally getting drunk. Still, I guess it wouldn't hurt to be on my best behavior for the next couple days. It also doesn't hurt that I didn't feel like hitting the bottle anytime soon. The mood's not right lately.
神宮寺少佐のことには触れない方がいい。潮の流れが変わった。あの人はもう主流じゃない。あんまりしつこく復帰要請なんかしてっと、お前まで移動させられちまうぜ。
Still, I don't care.
わかってるよ、そのぐらい。
Easier said than done. I can't simply make a clean break from the major. It's too personal for me.
関係あんだよ。あのな、もうすぐ生産プラントの稼働が始まるだろう。そしたら今闇値で売ってる食料の値段は確実に下落する。だからできるだけ高いうちに売りさばこうって表に出す。つまり在庫一掃セールが始まったってわけか。そういうこった。まあ、ようやく少しは景気のいい話も出始めたって感じだな。そうか。これも少佐の努力が実ったってことか。
It's all thanks to Major Jinguji, but now that she's been branded as toxic, the public were more than happy to throw her by the wayside. And why should I expect any better? The public has never cared much about who is in charge. But the armed forces at least should be showing some darn gratitude. Instead, they've fallen in line with the rest of the population.
Hibiki, 大丈夫？
え？ああ、大丈夫。ちょっとボケっとしてただけだ。
昨日、アメリカ陸軍ポートルイス基地を表敬訪問した公務員ユウヒ殿下は、同基地に所属する戦術機ラプターを視察されました。
あら、ユウヒ殿下がアメリカ軍基地に表敬訪問したみたいね。
Wonder if she met Major Walken.
ん？このか。
Yeah! Oh, we're gonna see them. I'm even excited to see the idiots here. I mean, they're not as much of idiots in this universe, but I get the idiots! And Tsukuyomi. Huh. Red and white models. That's gotta mean those guys come from the very important families. No kidding. Heck, they'd be mere plebs serving as Her Highness's bodyguards.
どうした？
いえ、なんでもありません。
インペリアルロイヤルガードの戦術機はタイプ0だったわよね。実はまだ本物見たことないのよね。
Takemi Kazuchi.
俺だってほとんど見たことねえよ。この絵が陣取ってるハワイだったらいくらでも見れるんだろうけどさ。
へえ、帝国軍人でもそんなに見られるものじゃないの？
They kind of always were a rare sight.
戦場で一緒になりゃ別かもしれねえけどな。そんなに大きい組織じゃないし、俺でも数回程度しか見たことねえよ。
この絵の人ってすごい腕利きの人ばっかりなんですよね。
Oh yeah.
そりゃもう、何しろ生まれた時から訓練されてるからな。
生まれた時からですか。はあ、私たちよりもすごいんですね。
Also, those mechs are freaking terrifying. Those TSS are freaking good. Alright, I almost forgot that Miona's generation started training when they were kids.
生まれた時からなんていくらなんでも大げさなんじゃないの？
いや、生まれた時から精神的な教育が始まってるって考えれば間違いじゃない。実際物心ついた頃にはもう自覚が固まってるらしいしな。
And of course, they end up completely different from someone like me, a working class kid from downtown. Parents and teachers play a critical role in any kid's socialization process. Basically, they're the ones that teach you how to function within society.
俺がのっぱらで遊んでた頃、連中はすでに武道だのなんだの叩き込まれてるわけだしな。
なるほど。それが日本式のエリート教育なのね。
Hey, in the times like this, it's necessary.
エリートね。この絵はそういうのとはまたちょっと違う気もするんだよな。
You could say the whole point of educating them like that is to deliberately restrict the choices available to them and ensure they end up good fighters, or to impart the values of aristocracy that has held dear for centuries. Preserving their status in Japanese society must be a contributing factor, but it seems to me the point is to raise people who will put the empire and the noble families before anything. Me, I'd never be able to hack pressure like that.
この映画何を考えてるのか正確なところは俺にはわからないけど、あいつらが戦場で活躍してくれてるのは事実だぜ。
Oh yes, they do.
きつい場面でしんがりを務めてくれたり、少なくとも俺にとってはこの絵の存在を許容できるだけの仕事をしてくれてるよ。間違いなく。
Amen.
そっか、そうなんですか。すごいんですね。だからといってこの絵の家の人たちの全てが優れた兵士になるわけじゃありませんよ。
True, they can't all be super great, amazing.
それにその道に進みたくないと考える人もいるでしょうし。
ユズカ？
仮にエリート教育を受けたとしても、その後それを活かせる環境がなければ能力を発揮できないと思います。
Yuzuka, well, you slated to be one of those as well, and you turned it down. She's gone very monotone here, like she's like reciting something that she's said a million times.
優先的に優秀な戦術機を回してもらえたり、設備を優遇してもらえたり、全ての兵士が同じ条件で戦えるのなら、この絵だから優秀という話にはならないと思います。
There's a little bitterness there.
ずいぶん手厳しいわね。何かこの絵に対して思うところがあるの？
別に何もないですよ。ただ私は人を生まれや立場で見るという考えが嫌なだけです。
Interesting. It's easy to forget these days, but Yuzuka also comes from money. Seems that they're not royal guard family, although anyone could tell after hearing that speech. Okay, so she comes from a privileged aristocratic family, but just not one of those families. I never asked her about the details, but I'm positive she could have dodged the draft if she wanted to. Much to her credit, she chose not to. That's gotta mean there's a compelling reason behind her enlistment.
まあ、言ってることはわかるわな。
Actually, it's so incredibly easy for me to agree with her these days. Everyone expects the world from me because I'm a hero, but no one knows the truth. No one knows how heavy this burden is, and it's darn heavy for if this headache is anything to go by.
確かにね。
加えて言うなら、戦うための自覚を強制的に植え付けるのもどうかと思います。それは成長に伴い、自分の意思で選ぶべきことなのではないでしょうか。
Maybe, but Miono's right here. She really, really doesn't like them.
それはどうかしら。それも確かに正論ではあるけど、ちょっと非現実的ね。理想的だけど、現実としてそうやって進路を選べる人なんていないんじゃない？
That's something that we take for granted in a modern world. A lot of us do have the ability to make some choices. We can't just be whatever we want, sadly. But we have a lot of choice. But I kind of agree. In this situation, these times, and these challenges, like, I don't know if we'd have that luxury. Like, I think we'd have to just make sure everyone's doing something that is beneficial. Like, it sucks, but this isn't the time for artists. Like, I mean, there's a role for artistry, and I think that there should always be made a role for artistry, but, like, it could never be a dedicated career in a time like this. You need to be an artist in addition to whatever else you're doing.
でもそういう言葉で片付けてしまっているうちは一生現実にはならないと思います。
なんだかそれユズカの本心には聞こえないのよね。
どういう意味ですか？
何か特定のものへの反発、批判がたまたま正論と合致しただけじゃないの？
そんなつもりは。
その話、子供たちの前でもう一回言える？今の子供たちの境遇知ってるでしょ？選択肢なんてない。ゆずからしくないわね。ちょっと熱くなりすぎたんじゃない？
まあ、少なくとも話題は間違っちまったな。
もう全然です。私はゆずちゃんの言ってることはすごいことだと思います。ごめ めんなさい、ミオの勝因。気にしないでください。そういう世界になるように頑張りましょう。
Aww. What the perfect response.
とは言っても、私にはそれがそんなにいい世界なのかどうかわからないんですけど。
That's so sad. I only know how to be a pilot, so what happens when the world goes to peace? Oh, that's the great travail of all soldiers.
でも、だからこそ見てみたいかなって。
Our lives are priority number one, and that ain't gonna change anytime soon. But all we can do these days is make sure we survive to see tomorrow. But even so, it's natural to aspire to be part of something greater than ourselves. Everyone wants to believe our sacrifices will help lead to a better future.
ごめんなさい。熱くなってしまいました。ダメですね、私。
そんなことねえよ。みんないろんなこと抱えてんだ。お前のそういうとこを見たのは久しぶりだったから、なんか嬉しかったぞ。
でも少し発言には気をつけた方がいいと思うわ。今のご時世、国によらずトータリタリアニズム的な傾向が高まってるし、下手にその批判だと受け取られたらまずいでしょ。
That's sadly true.
そうですね。そういう方向に進んでしまう状況はやむを得ないとは言っても
どうかしらね。自由を信奉しているアメリカだって奉仕活動を強制してるって話だし、もう少し景気のいい話ないものかしらね。
It becomes a question of like, what do you like? Is it worth sacrificing what it takes to get there? Do the ends justify the means?
よくわかりませんけど、景気のいい話ならあるじゃないですか。立浪ついの話と食料プラントの話です。
あら、それもそうね。雫に言われちゃったわ。さて、いい加減食事にしましょう。
そうだな。とにかく食って働く。それが今の俺たちにできる未来への最大の貢献だ。ま、けど食いすぎるなよ。この後。
汚いこと言わないでください。だいたいそれを二日酔いの注意が言いますか？
Yeah,
大丈夫なん
yeah.
ですか？
Eat your own words.
飯食ったら医局に行って点滴打ってもらうわ。内緒な。
言えるわけないじゃないですか。そんなことが小牧隊員に知られたら。
Captain Komaki.
それじゃあいただきまーす。
いいか、レーザー照射が途切れたら次のポイントまで跳躍するぞ。
Okay. Is this a simulator or what? Because suddenly we're like in combat. So, sorry, I'm gonna turn that noise down for this ending thing. Okay, so we're gonna be ending here for today. Oh, I'm so tired. Thanks for sticking it out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As I'm kind of getting ready to round off my thoughts, I'm thinking one of the better moves I might be able to make for this week might be to drop back down to just 3 videos. Maybe I'll keep Imposter Factory and Persona 5 on the back burner for this week and focus on like my Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I really hope I can do more. I want to continue those series, especially Persona 5. I'm ready. I want to get to the end of it because I'm excited to see the end of it. I'm also really excited to get into Trails because like you guys have done a really good job hyping that for me. So I'm really excited to get that series started. So yeah, but we'll see how things go. I got to take my health seriously, you know, like as much as I want to do this. Like the thing is, like I can play other games, but like that's because most of the time it's very mindless. This isn't something I do mindlessly. Like I'm trying to interact with you. I'm trying to share my thoughts. I'm trying to have thoughts. You know, I can play other games and just kind of switch my brain off and listen to podcasts or something. And that's something I can do nowadays, but I got to figure out that balance. So we'll see, but I'm grateful I got this video made out. Hopefully it came out at a reasonable time. It depends on how I'm feeling about the editing and all that, but hey, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you had a great time. That was a lot of food for thought in this episode, I gotta admit. So I'm gonna be thinking about this one for the rest of the evening and probably into the next few days. So I hope you guys had a good time with me. Thank you to the patrons who are helping continue to support this channel despite the ups and downs and my inconsistency at times. You guys are amazing. Speaking of my inconsistency, I owe you a patron cast. Like I really was planning to do it right when COVID hit. Like I had plans to record the patron cast like the day I got sick. And I was like, I can just wait a couple days. I'll feel better. No. So I'm going to try and squeeze one of those out, but I'm definitely behind on that. So I sincerely apologize to you patrons. And thank you so much to everyone else who's watching. Thank you for your support. And until next video watching me, I've seen you next. I'll see you there.